Ladies and gentlemen, there is something that I've really wanted to talk about for a very long time. And I don't know why I've not talked about it up to now. And yesterday, Abraham Mutai, one of Kenya Kwanza bloggers, initiated that discussion on Twitter. Why Kenya Kwanza MPs have abandoned William Samoei Arap Ruto. As a matter of fact, if you've been following the politics of this country very closely, you should have noted that Kenya Kwanza MPs are no longer defending William Ruto the way they used to do. They're no longer joining William Ruto in his many political activities the way they used to do before. William Ruto was in Western Kenya. You saw people like Boni Aluale, you saw people like Didmas Baraza missing in action. When was the last time you saw Nyichu Pevu coming out to defend William Ruto? Let me just take you through a series of tweets that Lord Abraham Mutai made on Twitter. Then at the end of it, I'm going to explain to you guys the real reasons why these members of parliament are no longer defending William Ruto. Let me begin with the first tweet he made regarding this matter. That tweet, as at now, has been viewed around 47,000 times. Let me just read it. Why is it that only bloggers and digital strategists who are busy explaining President Ruto's agenda to the people, while most of the elected members of parliament in Kenya Kwanza are loudly silent? Where is the likes of Zahir Zanda, Amani Wash too, can't talk? That was the first tweet. And if you open that tweet, the comments will really interest you. Okay, let me not go into those responses. Let me just focus on the tweet. Then he made another tweet, which as at now is already having 3,000 views. 33,000 views. It says, with the largest number of members of parliament, Kenya Kwanza brigades have let down the president. It's important that we call them to order and tell them the truth. A few are vocal, the rest are hiding. There should be the loudest noise from them defending Kenya Kwanza policies, but wapi? So the question is, Abraham Mutai is raising a point that if Kenya Kwanza are the majority in parliament, because William Ruto even bought several Azimio MPs to his side, if they are the majority in parliament, it means even outside there, their noise should be the loudest. But he's wondering why. Then he made another tweet. Apart from digital strategist, majority leader, few MPs, cabinet secretaries, president and deputy president, can you point to Kenya Kwanza MPs who have been on the forefront defending these government's policies in rallies, TVs, radios? Where are all the Kenya Kwanza elected MPs? Hiyo ni swala nyeti sana. Are you seeing them? Because before the last election, we used to have serious team which would defend them. Now William Ruto is in the government. Kenyans are hitting on Kenya Kwanza. And all these guys are silent. Why? There must be a reason. You can't tell me that members of parliament can just decide to go silent like that. They have their own reason. And that's what I want to explain to you guys. Let me just read for you another tweet. He's saying, it is as if most elected members of parliament of Kenya Kwanza have taken a backseat and are simply waiting until things get better so that they can return to the forefront. Why is the president defending himself in front of hostile crowds? As a president, he shouldn't be doing that while MPs take a backseat. If there was a time MPs should be on the ground, is now. But if you open those tweets and you read the comments, you'll really laugh what Kenyans are telling Abraham Mutai. And he's also saying the president has become his own last line of defense, with several digital strategies fighting hard to explain his policies to the people. While he is fighting to explain his own agenda to the people, sometimes hostile crowd, the Kenya Kwanza members of parliament have suddenly gone missing. And it's continuing still. The big question is, where are the Kenya Kwanza members of parliament? And why have they left the president alone? That is the conversation. And I want us also to have it. Why do you think these Kenya Kwanza MPs have gone into hiding? Do you think they are wrong? Do you think they are mad to hide? And it's saying here, apart from Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah, can you confidently name about 10 MPs from Central Kenya who you have had vigorously defending the Kenya Kwanza policies? Where are they? Do you know their names? Huh? It's proceeding. You can't even find a single video of a member of parliament from Bomet or Kericho counties consciously breaking down the Kenya Kwanza policies by the president to their people who commissioned. You can't even identify these MPs by name apart from the few. Kericho is largely silent. Yeah? So, very interesting. And he's saying, yes, things are difficult. Cost of living is high. The dollar is plummeting. The debt is too high. Cost of fuel is high. Cost of electricity is high. Housing program has been halted by courts. Healthcare program is in jeopardy. All this while Kenya Kwanza MPs have gone into hiding for the president to roam around defending his policies. Once things get better, perhaps the MPs will return. And someone called Jalok is just asking this guy, what are Kenya Kwanza MPs supposed to do? Join the line. No, for me, these Kenya Kwanza MPs, they have their own reasons why they are hiding, why they are not defending the president. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Why do you think Kenya Kwanza MPs have abandoned William Ruto? Why do you think they are hiding, according to Mutai? Number one, the ground is hostile. I can assure you that Kenya Kwanza leaders, especially from the mountain, are finding the ground too hostile for them because of the policies of Kenya Kwanza, taxation, cost of everything. Right now, William Ruto is also joking with another thing here of this school fee to be paid through, I don't know, one pay bill number. There are parents who have never paid a single cent to any school, any day. They only take maybe maize, maybe beans, or maybe sometimes when schools close, their kids are the ones remaining in the schools to do the manual work, and then they benefit. Then you want to tell them that now that cannot happen, will not happen, they have to pay. What schools will do is that they'll not be able to spare students in school. You just be sent home until the time the president or the government will disburse the money. So the ground is so hostile. What about the taxation? The ground is so hostile for these people. So the members of parliament who used to go to the ground and tell Kenyans that, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we are going to do. Right now, they should be going to the ground to tell Kenyans that this is what we have done, this is what we have done. But there's nothing. So the ground is too hostile for them to talk and defend Kenya Kwanza. Number three, Kenya Kwanza policies are very unpopular. And these MPs, Abraham Mutai is accusing, is well aware. They are well aware of the situation. I remember at some point, William Ruto convened Jubilee or Kenya Kwanza parliamentary group meeting. And the MPs raised some concerns. What do you think William Ruto told them? William Ruto told them that they don't need to be popular right now. That they'll be popular as long as they'll be popular at the right time. Which means they raised their concerns, but William Ruto did what? Refused to listen to them. They told Ruto, sisi ndio tuko kwa ground. Kwa ground pale, people are very angry. People are very bitter with us. They don't even want to listen to us. Can we consider making some amendments to this finance bill so that the taxes can be lowered? No, go to the ground. So the ground is too hostile for these people. They can't because of Kenya Kwanza policies. Number three is William Ruto's own promises to Kenyans. There are several things William Ruto promised to do to Kenyans. The members of parliament convinced Kenyans that William Ruto will ensure that all those things are done. 1 year later, 16 months later, nothing. And he's still blaming Uhuru Kenyatta. So these guys are like, we made promises to people. What do we go and tell them? We told them, sisi tukichukua uongozi, in 6 months, fuel itakuja chini. And it goes up. What do you think? What do you expect that kind of a member of parliament to go to the ground to tell their people? It can't work. Number 4 is Kenya Kwanza failure. Previously, they had bogeymen to blame. Uhuru, Raila. Right now, there's no Uhuru to blame. There's no Raila to blame. Of course, initially, they would blame them. But after 1 year, Kenyans told them, you can no longer continue blaming Uhuru Kenyatta, blaming Raila Odinga for your mistakes. Can you go and work for us? Yeah, and because Kenya Kwanza has not delivered anything, there's nothing they can tell the people. So most of these guys are actually hiding. And lastly is the hustler narrative. William Ruto managed to come to the presidency through the hustler narrative, where he was talking about the poor versus the rich. So most of those Kenya Kwanza leaders were elected on the account that they were poor, that they were going to help the poor, watoe chini wapeleke juu. Sasa Ruto is dealing with them from chini hapa. Life is so difficult for them down here. So what do you think these kind of people can tell the people who voted for them? They can't tell them anything. The fact of the matter is that most of those members of parliament are now just there as voting robots. So they're waiting for parliament to open, for Ichungwa to start initiate a debate. Then they follow, and they follow the order. So they've turned into voting robots. So they don't even see, because like, if you are residents, if your voters are telling you, if you go to parliament and sure you don't vote for that finance bill, but the president is telling you you must, then you side with the president. What are you going to tell those people? That by increasing taxes, now we are going to get more revenue. What are you telling the people who don't need houses? You are a member of parliament for Nyakach, where I come from, for example. Nyakach is not in Kenya Kwanza. Let me use which constituency? Let me use Manyata constituency in Mount Kenya. You come from Manyata constituency. Then, you have your own house there. You are a teacher. Then every month you look at your slip in a carton. Your member of parliament cannot do anything. Anyway, for me, these Kenya Kwanza MPs are going to hide, because William Ruto is going to be a one term. Can you complete that statement? William Ruto is going to become one term. Complete the statement. I want to read it. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.